do feel that they still deserve the same grace in regards, but then again, I go back to us as Black people trying to stay together, as as collectively, that as this my people, we're gonna stick together, we're gonna make this thing, but what happens to that? Because when you exclude one of our own, but yeah, you say we should be one, how does that work? You know what I mean? You're still excluding them. You know what I mean? Regardless of their era, again, back to what you said, their era is publicized, but your sin ain't no greater than mine, so why would we cancel them?
This is a bonus episode. We just wanted to throw something else out there. We got a request to talk about cancel culture, so we thought we'd just throw this out here as a bonus episode. Probably not going to be as long as our other episodes are, but we hope you enjoy it. So my homeboy hit me up the other day. He was like, hey, can you do an episode on cancel culture? I just want to see what y'all perspective is. So to my knowledge, the last two celebrities that got canceled was Terry Crews, who tweeted that we needed. Let me read it to you verbatim because I don't want to mess it up. But he got canceled. This is a tweet that he put on Twitter. He said, "Defeating white supremacy without white people creates black supremacy. Equality is the truth. We are all in this together." And then he put, any black person who calls me a coon or Uncle Tom for promoting equality is a black supremacist because they have determined who is black and who is not. That's not what a coon means, by the way. And then B. Simone, she just got herself into some mess. So her whole book pretty much was plagiarized outside of her little journal entries. I bought the book, by the way. I want my $33 back for this picture book.
I was hoping you would put that out here.
It's a picture book is what it is. So her book turned out to be plagiarized, and she was getting some backlash for not speaking out about Black Lives Matter on Twitter. I'm going to paraphrase her response. It was something along the lines of, she said, I'm a Christian, so I asked WWJD, not what would angry black women do. And she got a hell of a lot of backlash for saying that because her mouth is just vulgar. So people came after her. They came after her for that. But so these are the last two that I know of. I haven't been on social media in a few days, but these are the last two people that I know of that got canceled. So my perspective on cancel culture is that there is no room for forgiveness. And I think that what makes the difference is our lives are sheltered. You know what I'm saying? When we get on social media as just regular civilians, we put out there what we want out there. But the internet is undefeated. Black Twitter is undefeated. So the internet gonna find you messed out, especially if you are a public figure. So I think that's what makes the difference for famous people, but I think that they still are required the same grace as anybody else, and we don't give that. We just, and there's that, I feel like there's to me, a sort of sense of superiority when you do that, because they did this thing that you dislike, so you're gonna cancel them, not forgive them essentially, but the stuff that you do, it ain't put on blast, so you don't need forgiveness from nobody. Right. You know what I'm saying? You need forgiveness from Christ, of course, but
it's not on display. You're not on that platform.
That makes the difference. Like that's all the difference that there is, except that Christ seen it all. That's it. So do you have any thoughts on
Well, I think that I do feel that they still deserve the same grace in regards, but then again, I go back to us as Black people trying to stay together as, as collectively, this my people, we're gonna stick together, we're gonna make this thing, you know, but what happens to that?
Yeah.
Because when you exclude one of our own, but yeah, you say we should be one, how does that work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're still excluding them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Regardless of their era, again, back to what you said, their era is publicized, but your sin ain't no greater than mine, so why would we cancel them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
I don't
though,
think it's fair, because you can't determine you know what I mean? You can't, I don't feel like that's just, it's not fair.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate
Okay.
for a second. I think that in the climate that we're in right now,
Okay, yeah,
racial tensions being as high as they are,
yeah.
people feel like they have to speak out.
Mm-hmm.
They're being pushed to speak out when they're in the public eye. Because I've seen more than just, you know, somebody call her out. I've seen more, you know, more people being called out. But I feel like you don't need to always say something. A simple Black Lives Matter post will suffice. But when you try to get intellectual and you know, you try to start, you mess yourself up. You know, and I just think that in the time that we're in right now, we need edification.
Okay, but is everybody expected to do that? Because I'm the opposite of that. I feel like why is there an expectation for them to do so? Even though we're in this time,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, no, but I know what you're trying to say. What I'm saying, but also people feel like there's an expectation, like you said with B. Simone, that that she's not speaking out. But why is she expected to?
Because she Black.
Okay. See, I don't think it's fair. Like, why should I know that she's in a limelight, I know she's on the platform, so on and so forth. But why is there an expectation
I
that
think
we
that's
expect?
what makes the difference is that she has a huge platform.
I get it. It's many
This is just the answer to your question. She has the platform.
It goes back to choice. If I don't want to talk about it, I'm not going to speak about it. But that doesn't mean that my values aren't the same as yours. I may not want to speak about it. You know what I mean?
That's true, but like I said, at the same token, I just feel like if you don't have
use your platform, basically.
If you don't have
If you don't have anything,
if you don't have anything edifying to say for where we are, you know, because you get on social media right now and it is depressing.
Yeah, it is. The whole timeline is just.
So if you don't have anything edifying to say, just don't say
anything at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Or just make that statement. I prefer not to, or whatever. But don't hide it behind something else, or don't try to cover it up. Don't try to blanket it. You know what I mean?
That's to me. That's the issue that I have, and it's not an unforgiving issue. It's just that we hurting right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you say things that add to that hurt, you make yourself a target.
Well, let's just make it a more of a correction than counseling. Like, I'm done with you. You can't. No. You know
How do you do that though? When again, this is my thought that there becomes a superiority thing in your mind. How do you correct somebody that?
Well, you try to sympathize with where she may be coming from, why she feels this certain way. You know, ask questions before you just dig and just go in.
You looking for the best in people.
Yeah, I do.
You looking for the best out of people.
Is that a weakness?
No, but you got to think about the platform. You talking about Twitter. You talking about Facebook. Yeah. Twitter fingers is real. You know what I'm saying? Like you looking for sympathy where there is none. Like that. That's just not. That's not a thing. And I think I'm gonna segue into this because this is something that I've seen over and over again. And just it bothers me so much. I've seen so many posts like. I go to work every day, take care of my kids. I'm with my kids' father. We ain't the same.
Okay.
We not supposed to be.
Right.
I spend my money on my kids. I don't go to the club every Friday night. We not the same.
What is that though?
I don't know.
What's the need or what's the purpose? Like what's your
intent? I need to make you feel bad so I can feel good about myself. That bothers me so much because we're not supposed to be the same, but we're all in different areas of growth in our lives. So you may not be that way now, but were you that way in the past? Did you have to come to a level of growth in your life where you're not that way anymore?
Right.
Like we all have our own journeys, and like the scripture says, we all have to work out our own salvation. Let me work out my salvation.
Yeah, but don't knock me down because I ain't
But
where
I
you
feel
are.
like
What you
that comes
thought.
from. I feel like that comes from insecurity.
It's a major insecurity.
Within
It
yourself.
spills out though.
So you need
Yes.
you need
Listen.
you need to be bad so I can be
Yes,
good.
that's very true because
You
you,
know what
see
I'm
that a
saying?
lot with women.
Yeah.
know what I
Oh,
mean? You see
man.
that a
I've
lot.
only seen women
You
post
can
it.
just see the insecurity in their posts. It's like, wow. Okay, I see where your area issue is.
Like, y'all need to write some affirmations and speak to yourself in the
Daily,
mirror every
like,
morning, please.
you know what I mean? And it's awareness too, because some people don't want to look at themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to look at you. It is very hard.
But
So
that
it's easy to lash out
that
and
self
speak
worth
out.
is
Trash.
so necessary, man.
Mhm.
Because if I can't be high unless you low,
Mm-hmm.
there's an
There's a
issue
problem with
within
some
myself.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's an issue.
that burns me
Mhm.
up, and especially as women because we supposed to be uplifting each other.
Well, no.
Like,
Mhm.
how do you do that when you tearing the next woman down?
Yeah.
Because and think about something. If you scrolling on social media and you see this, and this is you,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the club, I enjoy the club.
Yeah.
You know, not me personally, but you.
But your choice.
Yeah.
Where a growth period where you coming from. So like, why you gonna down me for what you
Yeah,
know?
like,
Again,
and
it's growth. Everybody is allowed growth and mercy. And you know, I stick with that all the time. But there's growth. Everybody.
but like, what makes
growth
you
makes
better
you
because you
and
don't
it
do
doesn't.
this?
It doesn't. It's
Why
just
do you
that
think you're
insecurity.
better because you don't do this?
Insecurity is a bad something.
Like, cause I feel like, and I've seen a couple where they talk about like money, like, oh, I spend my money on,
Mhm.
or like I go to work a 9 to 5, and a businesswoman, an entrepreneur
Yeah.
that's a millionaire is looking at you like, you work a 9 to 5.
Right.
Like I make my own schedule. I ain't working for
Absolutely.
nobody.
See,
You know what I'm saying? It can
it
trickle down. So
continues,
just in the same
Mhm.
way that you looking down on somebody for something that you don't do, there's somebody that could look down on you
It's
too.
the same thing.
It's terrible, man. Like, we need to be able to show each other grace. We need to be able to love on one
Grace and
another,
mercy.
especially in the
Grace
time
and
that we
mercy.
in right now. Because I feel like within the Black community as a whole, we are just hurting right now, and things are not letting up. Right now, men are being found hanging from trees, and they're calling it suicide.
Yeah.
Like, if we not getting love from anywhere else, we need to be
Yeah.
able to get it from within our own
Exactly.
community. Like,
Absolutely.
this is off topic, but today I was taking Tinker for a walk, and we was on the next street over, and I'm pushing her in her stroller, and this little girl walked up. She probably couldn't have been no more than like 7. She
Okay.
was like, I walked past her, and she's like, wait, let me see if her edges look cute. And
Wait, the little girl said
yes,
this.
I started laughing, and she was like, oh, she was like, her ponytail is cute. And I was like, thank you. And I was like, you cute. I was like, you so pretty. And she's like, thanks. Little chocolate girl, chocolate girl. She was so gorgeous. But I thought about that, and I was like, man. And I don't think that I'm not gonna bash her
Yeah.
parents or whatever for that comment that she made. It's just where we are. Yeah, it just got to be laid down. You know what I'm saying?
But how old do you think she was?
She's probably about 6 or 7.
But that's where you like. But she's been taught that or see that on her.
But my point is that I had a split second to speak into her life.
Uh-huh.
And before the world has an opportunity, because she's a chocolate girl,
Mhm.
before the world has an opportunity to tell her that her skin color
Mhm.
is a crime, because
Mhm.
at this point in America, your skin color is a crime and poverty is a
Mhm.
crime. So before the world has an opportunity to tell her that the body that she's in is wrong, you're so pretty.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? At 6 or 7 years old, like, I just had a split second of an opportunity to show her some love in it. So my point is that the moments that we get, we have to love on each other. Like, it's so vital, because we don't know what the next person is going through.
I would
Like,
say, yeah, the mental illness is real right now.
oh my
It always
God.
has been, but people are more aware of it now.
Yeah,
You
like,
say
we-
one thing that'll tear somebody down. You know
And
what
it's
I mean?
not necessary.
Because again, it's your opinion. You know what I mean? Like, keep it to yourself, because sometimes your opinion can tear somebody down to the
Yeah.
point to where they want to end their life.
And I'm literally right now on this edification kick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from the things that I consume right now, like, I'm off of social media right now, but I can't consume anything that's not edifying me right now. I don't want to speak things that are not edifying right now. Like we
Where
just
we
in
are
a,
right now.
yeah, all of the BS, the canceling, the judgment, like all of that needs to stop. Like
you'll consume it subconsciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want everybody to keep in mind that we are in a sensitive time right now. I don't know what our viewers, I don't know if you're black, white, purple, blue, whatever. If you can edify the next person, if God gives you just a split second to edify the next person, please do so. We are in a fragile state right now. A lot of our emotions are running high. Like mentally, we're not okay. Like I know for myself, like the exhaustion and the fatigue that I feel on the inside, and it's not even like a physical thing. It's an emotional, like soulical, like fatigue. Like, and that's where we are right now. So we need to be able to speak life and love into each other. So we hope y'all got something from this episode. If the only thing that you get is to be kind to the next person,
it don't
please.
cost. It don't cost to be polite.
It not at all.
It don't cost to be kind. It don't cost to just.
And if you can't do that, just be quiet.
Yes.
If you can't do that, just keep
just don't say shit.
Just keep your mouth closed, please.
And keep it moving.
That's all you gotta do.
You know what I mean?
That's so
that
easy.
will suffice. That will be good enough. You know.
So yeah, we love y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, share, comment. If you want some more bonus episodes, let us know. We'll be kicking them out to y'all. If y'all got any suggestions for topics, please let us know and we'll work them in. Again, we're going to be looking for guests to come on to the show. Here within the next month, we're going to have a sheriff, a black sheriff that's going to come on, and we're going to get his perspective on the Black Lives Matter movement and just everything that's going on within our communities right now. So we hope you'll tune in for that. And as always, we love y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.